I'm trapped in this job. I can't go anywhere because I have to pay for this and I have to do that. And I'm working for 5 years doing something I really don't want to do.
After 2.5 years of being in this rut, of living paycheck to paycheck, we never saw each other. Both of us were working 40 to 60 hours a week. I was exhausted physically and emotionally.
You know, just dreaded my supervisor, just dreaded being in that environment, looking at those people going, do I want to be like them?
The reality is that life is tough, and we really didn't know what direction our life was going to head in.
At that point in my life, I was like, man, I'm going to have a real job, making a real salary, which at that time was $18,000 a year.
I knew that my life couldn't go on like the way it was, and I was at a crossroads.
It's like we were almost comfortable being broke.
When you realize that you're broke and you know you can't dig your way out of this, it puts a lot of pressure on your relationship. Eventually, you just stop talking. One little thing would set me off, or one little thing would set Mark off, and then it would turn into an argument and a fight. And it was always over money.
I had $25 a week to spend. I had it broken down to $5 a day. I could put $3 worth of gas in the car and take the other $2 and buy a hot dog and a grape soda.
I would go to the grocery store and I'd have a calculator because I only had $32 to spend on groceries. And that was to last us for a week or two.
There's nowhere in the world I could see myself having a wife and children off of $250 a week.
It absolutely felt never-ending to have $36,000 of credit card debt at 18% interest with minimums that were like $400 each. Like, this is never going to be paid off.
I just had this feeling. It wasn't that I was miserable or anything when I went to work, but I just felt like I was treading water. You know, I didn't feel like it was something, I could do it with my eyes closed. And, you know, my mom just always taught me, Cheryl, stand up straight and smile, because I was dying inside.
Our first house that we lived in was so small. I mean, the kitchen was only big enough to seat 2 people. We did not look like a couple that was going to be successful by any means.
I sent out about 200 letters to companies for another job, and I got all these responses back saying they didn't want to hire me. Every one of them was a no.
I was so disturbed that I didn't care anymore.
I'm a warehouse dude. I was making $13.08 an hour, $3.91 every Friday. Being told I'm lucky I have a job.
One day they called a meeting at the plant and they put us all in a room and began to explain to us that for the first time in the history of the plant, they were gonna have to lay some people off. I saw people leave that meeting crying. I saw people asking questions, what am I gonna do now?
I did everything I could to find something. More than anything, I wanted someplace where I could plant my flag and pour my heart into it. I wanted someplace where I could build a career.
I guess it boils down to this. How good could you stand your life to be? And if you don't make the changes, you're never gonna know what that's like. Because the future's pretty much laid out continuing to do what you're doing.